Thank you. I think, well, big picture. The question in this panel is whether renewables, let's say, can go hand in hand with competitiveness, right?
Yes.
Let's take let's see first what do we have about renewables and what do we have about competitiveness, and then try to unite them and see whether they can really go hand in hand. So in renewables, what do we have in renewables today and where we stand? We see, let's get some data very quickly. We have in 2024 renewable energy sources in electricity mix that have rose to 47%. So compared to 30-something%, which was back in 2019.
In Greece?
No, in Europe. In Europe.
Okay. Greece is more, yeah?
Sorry?
Greece is slightly
in
more.
Greece, we are in 56-57%.
Yeah.
So what do we have? We have a milestone here for the green transition, because for the first time we have solar panels that have generated 11% and coal plants 10%. And that's important because we've never seen this in Europe before. What do we have as a target? We need to double it, actually, from in 5 years from now. So from 24%, we have to go to 42.5% in the energy mix. What we see is that progress is strong in Europe. So Europe is well on track, we would say. And there are, I think, 3 prongs on that. First of all, we have the cost of renewables that has dropped significantly, and that's important. Now it's the cheapest source of new electricity generation in Europe. And I find also something as data important. The International Energy Agency says that it estimates that every euro invested in renewables returns 3 to 4 euros in GDP via employment and industrial activity. So things are good, let's say, in renewables. What is the problem is that we need massive investment in grids. And the European Union actually estimates, correct me if I'm wrong, some 700 billion, I think, in distribution, and another 470 something, as far as I know, in transmission by 2040. In order to avoid outages and instability. And here I see an imbalance. An imbalance because on the one hand, yes, there is a progress in renewables. On the other hand, the investments in grid doesn't go so well. What do we have in competitiveness? In competitiveness, and the problem is that we have cheap generation from renewables, but we don't have electricity prices that are cheap. So retail electricity prices still remain high, and this is a problem. Something we have to do with that. Why is this happening? Because the European electricity market doesn't function properly. We don't have, in reality, an integrated market. I'm sure you will have more to say on that. But this is something that we have to deal with it urgently. And this goes, I think, aligns perfectly with Mario Draghi's report about competitiveness. I know, and I'm finishing. Who talks also about the necessity for a unified and flexible European electricity market. What we have in reality in Europe is that we have 2 to 3 times higher electricity prices. We have gas prices as well, which are, I don't know, 4 or 5 times higher than in the US, and this creates a serious competitiveness gap. Yes, my conclusion is that obviously renewables, they go hand in hand with competitiveness, but we really face serious concerns in Europe regarding competitiveness, especially industrial competitiveness. If we don't find a way to reduce electricity prices, then this deindustrialization in Europe might become worse.